I'm reading Ferdinand.
That's one of our
Favorite books.
You show her the book? Ferdinand. Okay.
But I don't see Uma in there.
No, she's not in the camera. She's going to watch you on the camera. Ready? Okay, so here we go. Once upon a time.
In Spain.
In Spain.
There was a cow and his name was Ferdinand. I think cow.
Yeah. The other little bulls he lived with would...
Bow.
Would
It's a bull.
run. Yeah, bulls. Would run and jump and...
Put their heads together.
But...
Ferdinand. He's a baby.
he just liked to sit quietly and...
Smell the flowers.
He had a favorite spot out in the pasture under...
A cork tree. But...
Excuse me.
But do these look... These cork things look the same that they grew?
Yeah.
But they're real, and they go on to sodas, and they're not, so they didn't grow like that.
Oh, okay. So it was his favorite tree, and he would sit in its shade all day, and
Roll the flower.
sometimes his mother, who was a
Cow.
would worry about him. She was afraid he would be
Lonesome.
all by...
Himself.
Why don't you run and play with the other little bulls and skip and...
But your head horns together.
She would say, but Ferdinand would shake his head. Can you sit up, please? I like it better here where I can sit just
Flower.
and smell.
Flower.
His mother saw that he was not
Lonesome.
lonesome, and because she was an understanding,
Mom.
even though she was a...
Cow.
She let him just sit there and be
Happy.
happy. As the years went by, Ferdinand,
Grew and grew and grew.
until he was...
Strong and big.
That's right. All the other bulls who had grown up with him in the same pasture would fight each other all day, and they would butt each other and stick each other with their...
Horns.
What they wanted most of all was to be picked to fight at the...
Both face in the door.
That's right. But
Not Ferdinand.
he still liked to sit just quietly under the...
Or tree and small flowers.
One day, how many?
5 men.
In very funny...
Hats. This one's there's a blow and this one is a it's this one is a funny hat, this one's a super funny, and this one's even a cool hat, and this one's a flower hat.
Yeah. So those 5 men came in very funny hats to pick the biggest, fastest, roughest bull to fight in the...
Bull face and Margaret.
That's right. All the other bulls ran around snorting and butting and leaping and jumping so the men would think they were very, very and fierce and pick them. Ferdinand knew that they wouldn't pick him, and he didn't
Care.
So he went out to his favorite
Cloud tree.
to sit.
The
He did not look where he was sitting, and instead of sitting in the nice, cool
grass.
grass in the shade, he sat
And
on
a-
on a what?
You.
What did he sit on?
It's a buggy.
A bumblebee. Well, if you were a
Look at
bumblebee,
those eyes.
yeah. If you were a bumblebee and a bull sat on you, what would you do?
Sting him.
You would sting him. And that is just what this bee did to Ferdinand. Wow, did it hurt? Bzz. Ferdinand jumped up with a snort, and he ran around puffing and snorting and butting and pawing the ground as if he were... 5 men saw him, and they shouted with joy.
I like it like this.
Here was the largest and fiercest, and fiercest bull of all, just the one for the
Bullfish and the dreaded.
So they took him away for the bullfight day in a
Cart, but he's happy.
You think so?
Yes.
Because he has lots of hay? And what a day it was. Flags were flying and bands were playing. And all the lovely ladies had
Flowers in their hair.
And they had a parade into the bull ring. And first came the banderilleros with long, sharp pins, with ribbons on them to stick in the bull and make him
mad.
And next came the picadores, who rode on
skinny horses.
And they had long spears to stick in the bull and make him
mad, even madder.
And then came the matador, the proudest of all. And he thought he was very
But
handsome.
I think these are the same hats.
Yeah, maybe. And he bowed to all the ladies. And he wore a red cape and a sword and was supposed to stick the bull last. Then came the bull. And you know who that was, don't you?
Who?
Who?
Ferdinand.
Ferdinand.
Good night, bye, Opa.
They called him what?
Ferdinand.
Ferdinand the Fierce. And all the banderilleros were
Afraid
of him. And the picadores were
stiff.
Afraid of him. And the matador was
Scared
stiff. Ferdinand ran to the middle of the ring, and everyone shouted and clapped because they thought he was going to fight fiercely and butt and snort and stick his horns around. But
not Ferdinand.
When he got to the middle of the ring, he saw the
Ferdinand of the lovely ladies'
hair, and he just sat down quietly and smelled. He wouldn't fight and be fierce no matter
what they did.
He just sat and
smelled.
And the banderilleros were
Mad.
And the picadores were
Mad.
And the matador was so mad he
cried
because he couldn't show off with his cape and
sword.
So they had to take
home. Now he's happy.
And for all I know, he is sitting there still under his
favorite cork tree, smelling the flowers.
Just quietly. And he is
very happy. The end.
All done. The end. Wait.
Now toast on burn. Now it's toast.